Okay. And no, Discordia, I will not. I will not be aware of the Ides or the Tides. Or anything. Because I have the power on my side that Da Vinci never had. I have Twitch. Time is a flat circle. Steal the sundial before it's too late. I think Cena has that screen. I think that's on purpose. And if it's not, can't imagine what they would be doing. Boy, this music is loud. I don't know. When I reviewed the game last time, like after I played last, it seemed pretty quiet. So I'm gonna trust that it's not so loud. It's just loud to me, probably because of these. I don't know. It seems fine. Okay. I forget where we were last, but I do remember seeing the level and being like, I gotta stop. I am confident that I will finish it tonight. Speaking of games, historical Western Europe, 100% on card tonight. I saw y'all talking about that. Happy that you did. I don't know what that is. I have an idea what it is, but I don't think I've ever heard of that game. Oh. Okay, I don't have everything I need for that. Okay. I imagine it's like a sword combat simulator kind of thing. Like that one Jesse and I played a long time ago. But I don't know for sure. Is that the same? Yeah. So it was blue, yellow, green. Yeah. Oh, geez, this one. Right. I'm gonna need to do this. Got a message on my work phone that, oh, this Cash App sent you money. To accept, go to this website. It's like, first of all, I've never had to do that. Second of all, nobody on Cash App knows my work phone, so good try on that scam, I guess. Ah, it's not high enough. Oh, no, it actually was a mistake. Lots of fencing and throwing bits of the environment around to defeat groups of guards. It's a game about Spanish vigilante and her slightly competent brother who wear a mask, a pirate thief, not a crush who can duplicate herself somehow, and thwarting a common villain named Count Duke. You can look up a lot of people's real name on Cash App. Yeah, I bet you can. Apparently, though, that actually was a mistake because then it was canceled quickly. Need to get one over there. How low can I get it? Okay, that was enough. It has some humor and charm, but it's a long game. The Arena A, Deebs. Thank you for subscribing for 19 months. I don't think anybody on my channel has been there for that long. Oh, it's not that long a game. Okay. What was that sword combat one that Jesse and I played? It was like a PvP one. Can't remember. No, not Mordhau. No, not For Honor. It was like a fighting game almost, but it had like real like sword fighting. I can't remember. We streamed it. It was like early access, and then from then on, it was kind of like I hadn't heard anything about it since. No, not that one. Not that one, Discordia. It was a different one. It was one that we just played together. Can't remember what it's called. I snatched it in the future. I feel like if I went through my... Nah. I feel like if I went through my Steam, it might tell me.
In the year 1212 since the birth of Christ.
Hey, Grim.
Friedrich,
thank you for subscribing.
of Heinrich Stauffer, to his
The realistic sword fighting game.
arose.
You can get chopped in half. That's the game. I don't know if that's the one we played.
Clever and strong, he was a king most bold.
Is that it?
Challenges were plentiful.
Hold on.
But his judgments full of wisdom. Soon many a vassal, duke, or lord swore fealty to his kingdom. Monarch Roger, a patron to the erudite, and
Oh, you know what? It's not on my Steam because Jesse owned it.
faith, was welcomed to his realm. His deeds were glorious. His subjects,
Yeah,
loved
we being me
more
and Jesse.
more. His dominion prospered like never before.
Let me see. Let me look
Soon
up Hellish
the
Court.
rumors were spread from the east to the west about Roger, the ruler of Christians, by God himself.
Nope.
This praise
Yeah, it was Hellish Court. I guess I just didn't know that's what it was called.
hearing of another man as one God chose. Gregory's envy would lead to consequences most dire. No living soul could save Friedrich from his ire. With excommunication being his only other fate, Rogger rode to Palestine on a crusade to save his state. Even with his
This rhyming scale is like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, D.
perilous and exhausting,
It's
truly risky mission. Many a good man dead due to illness or fatigue. That was the true terror of the Pope's intrigue. One day, a desert storm came, raged and refused to wane, threatening to end both their lives and the campaign.
Alright, I'm gonna double up on the Celsius.
For the Emperor's army, all hope was lost. Sentries were ordered to find shelter, no matter the cost. At the last moment, the group's scouts spotted.
Ooh, that one's not good. Oh,
Sinister, they must choose to be brave.
oh, I'm not a fan of this flavor.
The grotto with uneasy feel,
Ooh,
making camp in surroundings that were most unreal. Day
Ugh.
went by, the storm unwavering, no sign it would clear. Friedrich and his chosen explored their shelter without fear.
it's a kiwi guava, sparkling kiwi guava. It's not good. The guava ones they're all kind of hit and miss what they pair it with.
Into their shelter, anything but small. Dark passages lined by pillars receded to a large hall.
No, it's
And his company
these.
men loyal and seasoned, but in
If
their
you've seen them.
hearts was dread.
They're like
Not be reasoned.
better for you kind of energy drink thing, I guess.
Men, vast and bold, perhaps chiseled by some
Yeah, Celsius.
science of old.
This is the right unit is me, and that's the only Celsius I handle.
Heart of metal buried in the sand upright. A machine, a gate, centuries old. With it he must return. What trove of lost knowledge from it could he learn? Friedrich, albeit short on time,
So basically,
device, power to grant wisdom
what this is explaining
suffice.
is the
To the Temple of Wisdom,
yeah,
device was now called,
it's made it over here.
of deep truths.
Pretty sure I did read that this is Swedish.
In much higher spirits, knights loaded the gate on the caravan, and once again their journey, their crusade has began. The dread lifted, resolve firmer than ever before, no longer fearful of what for them lay in store. No more was the journey punishment meant by the Pope. Now their quest was meaningful, their hearts full of hope. In the end, Rogger gained control of Jerusalem without blood spilt, opened the Holy Land to pilgrims again, defensive.
I mean, it comes from Baton Rouge or Boca Raton, Florida, so it's probably imported
noble head.
originally.
With wise Sultan Al-Kamil, he shared his bread. People sang only praise
Exactly.
for their emperor once again. With glory and magnificence, he continued his reign. Through the gate to the Temple of Wisdom, Friedrich often went. To learn its secrets, to further knowledge was his lustrous intent. He worked closely with those most loyal, those he chose.
Well, it's funny because temperature scale Rankin is apparently the actual correct one, but just no one uses that. That's for like really high and really minuscule temperatures.
Felt he did enough to sate Pope's anger, averted disaster.
Not a big matcha fan or milk.
But to Gregory's ears were whispered rumors terrible. Stories about a deal with the devil and lies unbearable. About how Rogger's order was built to conceal a devil's gift. And since the Pope believed it, it caused an irreparable rift. Not long before the Emperor was
Basically, yeah, what this is explaining is the original, the time machine from the first game. Leonardo didn't invent it.
residents of
It was
Jerusalem
ancient
just a
originally,
year ago
and he was tasked with interpreting and recreating it.
cast him out
And he did it, and his isn't very good.
for this behavior.
Hello, Shauna.
The Emperor by this iniquity was aback taken. All the Pope's intrigues left him quite shaken.
You didn't have to rhyme this. This is your fault. Why it sounds weird.
Order of justice and his land.
Hey, Grim. I could have sworn you've spoken on this stream before, but I guess not.
Rogger guarded the secrets of the Order, for his enemies would not cease. Wanted the gate more than secure, no longer believing in peace. A plan born both from his genial mind and godly inspiration. To build a fortress for the Order, to be held in awe by the whole nation. To the castle's construction, he devoted his life.
The rhyming's part of his king. Yeah.
8 massive walls to survive any strife. 8 watchtowers with
I
windows
see. I
peering
see what you
over
did,
the
Nick. I'm not going to read it out loud, but I see what you did.
eternally guarded by 8 men most loyal and eagle-eyed. 8 sides to the courtyard for the men to meet and rest. In the middle of it all, an 8-sided podium protected best. On this podium,
We will make the impenetrable hexagon, or octagon.
by all the knights, not
As long as Chuck Norris never shows up, the octagon will be preserved.
so it was
It's,
for both the lost and the wise.
it looks like what they were doing. I was just thinking about the Mr. Burns thing.
The temple of
It
justice.
was like, I have designed this octagonal fortress. It shall protect the time machine. That's a very good model, sir. Model?
Genius foretold. Inside were troves of wisdom and power.
Ugh. Migo, I hope you like that flavor. I do not.
Even for the wise and powerful flies the time. Men became old. Children rose to their prime. After the death of Rogger, Grand Master first, others came, best of the Order, in wisdom versed. One after another silent, hidden.
I gotta remind people, because you may not remember. I should. Don't blame you. But
Generation.
the
secret was.
I'm doing this on a time limit. There's guards looking for me in story, not really, but like, so I'm just reading this, just standing there reading this whole thing when people are looking for me.
But the year 1465 after Christ came, and for the order of justice, the world was never the same.
Again, you didn't have to rhyme this.
There he is! Look up! In the window, across the room! Get in!
You know something? I got 2 and 3 confused. I should have kept going last time because that was the end of it. Well, we'll move right on to 3, I guess. We'll burn it out. Yeah, that was the end. You'll see in 3 it picks up here. So I thought, although I did get the achievement I was missing, I beat the game in under 4 hours. That's funny to me. I do invite people to play. It's a very good game. Yeah, the time ball got shot. Well, yeah, I really just should have kept going. Let me go ahead and move on, I guess. How am I still? What achievement could I possibly be? Oh, I gotta do that one puzzle without using the Oculus. That's the Frog Detective soundtrack. That's not House of Da Vinci. There we go. Can someone explain the big Reese's to me? Like, do you eat it or you cut it up? What are you talking about? Like the novelty ones that are like a pound? Here's the explanation for the big Reese's. You don't actually buy them for anyone because no one should have to ingest one. Because I have done that before. I've bought one as a Christmas gift to somebody, and I was like, hey, you know, we can just eat it over time. You're not supposed to eat candy over time. It's not meant to be eaten and then put away. It doesn't work like it just it's bad. Don't do it. I mean, I guess if you really wanted to, you could cut it like a pie. Yeah, the ratio is all. It is a novelty sized one. It's like the giant gummy worm. It's like, hey, I got a big gummy worm, and you start eating it, and then you get like 3 bites in, and then you see the rest of it, and you're like, this is going in the trash because I can't on principle put this away. No, I'm not Blight this time. Oh, well, I can't. How do I have less characters? I was trying to type Honey Money Loves Puzzles. But how did I have less characters the second time? Oh well. Previously on Inventor Town. I don't know. My creativity is shot right now. Inventor Town, my god. Well, the good part is, the more obscure and obtuse puzzles in 2, they're much less in 3. Leave me to my Diablo, which requires almost no thinking. See, you said almost. Hold on. This happens almost every time, and I don't know why. But I always have to start Da Vinci 3 twice. I'm playing a minion necro, so I just have to keep them alive and don't have to do much. I have never played Diablo. Well, that's not true. I played Diablo 1 way back in the day, and didn't know what I was doing. So... Okay. Oh, no, it loaded. I guess. Okay, there we go.
There he is! Look up! In the window, across the room! Get him!
Get him! Save me, time ball. That's full. Time. Time is but an illusion. Just like that, it hurts my eyes. Yeah, in this game, you got the new mechanic. Sometimes you could shove stuff. It doesn't come up often, but it is there. I do like this little icon. Normally there's an icon that has a plus that lets you know that something can be added to this. But in this one, they added an icon to show you that it can be modified. Which is very useful because sometimes you have a thing in the other games and don't realize you can change it. Hold on, I gotta pro run this. No hints allowed. The time ball. Sorry. What I like about icons is they're so, like, iconic. Exactly. Hey, Miss Harmony. I'd love to shove puzzles off a cliff. I know. But you would have to... I don't know. Never mind. I was trying to be clever, and as soon as I opened my mouth, I was like, it's not there. Just don't say anything. Okay. There's so many rats. See, I understand that you wouldn't want to cross this because you might get bit by plague rats and all that. But I kind of like rats. Like that one lady. Like that one lady in I Think You Should Leave. And it's like, rats to me are like, what is it like? Rats are like dogs to me. Or whatever she says. I'm a rat. I'm a rat mama. That's what it was. If you hadn't said anything, no one would have known they were in my desk. Now that it's illuminated, there's something over here. Oh. Hello, friends. I'm old and dying. Does anyone have a spare meat puppet into which I can download my mind? I did not know where that was going. Can't use any hints. I promised. Can't do that. There's something over there that oh yeah, there it is. I just wasn't looking far enough, I guess. There it is. Yeah, this is also a kind of a feature, is like adding physics to a puzzle. See, though, this is problem solving, yes. But the puzzle wasn't designed for this. What happened to the chandelier was an accident. So, like... Who put dog shit in a cup? God, you know, she might get typecasted in the future to play, like, just crazy women. But she does it so well. Like, she plays unhinged like a pro. I'm not going to read these. I'm sorry. Hello, Bartolo. I am sorry I cannot meet you in person, but the Cardinal is in a great hurry to begin work on St. Mary's Church in Cologne, whatever. I need you to assume responsibility for the completion of the catacombs and stay in Avellino. Until everything's in order. We have been promised a generous reward for the church, and the monks will be burying their dead here for hundreds of years to come. Let us make it look the part. Do not forget to wall up the room and remove all traces of scaffolding when you are done. Send a message and follow me to Cologne, and we will share the reward as always. God bless you, JL. March the year of our Lord, 1966. P.S. If you do not want to keep the workbench I brought to Venice, feel free to wall it up along with the room. I have no use for it anymore. Is that how it was back then? Like, hey, I'm done with this. Just make it part of the construction and let's get out of here. Because if there's a bunch of old, like, construction just walled up in old places, that's cool. I bet Unhinged is way more fun to play than Hinge. Yeah, absolutely. Because, you know, she's the same one who just pulled off the Santa brought it early. and then when Tim Robinson, like, yeah, I guess he did. She's like, it's like being able to do that well is a talent. How many other puzzles in this game involve knocking shit over? Not many, and that's the thing. They added that mechanic, and it's just not there often, and I don't know why they bothered. Is that the right shape? Nah. Well, no. Then you got this device. May have been a thing. Because so far you knocked a bunch of shit over, and that's about all I've seen. Yeah, this game wasn't developed by cats. Well, that's the thing. Like, they're like, hey, we're going to add physics to some of the puzzles, and I feel like they are there for sure. But for the most part, it's just not in it enough. I have to rebuild the Oculus Perpetua, even though this is something that was entirely invented by Da Vinci, and I've just had it. So clearly I know how to function. But whatever. It's fine. Making an Oculus is see the birth of VR. I mean, a case could be made. All right. Or, no, what? There we go. I'm so glad this had a vice grip specifically big enough to hold this. And then it just falls. He definitely almost, like, doesn't catch it. I love that. Alright, how far back we going? We're in 1508. Oh, we're going back to the construction. Like, the time plot of this is kind of like shaky in the third one, but I'll let it go. Like certain things, like doing this, for example, just sealing off the hole prevents the rats from coming out of it in the future. And it's like, so you're telling me in, you know, the 400 plus years, or almost 400 years, no one's ever had to open that? But whatever. I like the puzzles in this one. I'll let the plot stuff go. Blue Brain was trying. The Ordo the Ordo Justical's the only tool that should be treated as such. A good warrior sharpens his sword, a good priest exercises his tongue. Likewise, he who seeks to make the best use of the order will keep it a secret and shrouded in mystery. But tools need to be used carefully because their powers can be turned against their users. You can cut yourself with a sharp sword, do harm with ill-chosen words, and a secret order getting out of control could lead to untold consequences. This is why I am sorting the chronicle in this place, and in another I am having a shrine built to commemorate this day. I expect each of my successors to become fully acquainted with the tool before deciding to use it. Pope Paul II, I guess. Hold on, let me do something real quick. I've been meaning to remember to change this setting. Okay. Yeah. Now my cursor will show up. Yeah, there we go. So you guys can actually see what I'm pointing to. Can you change the font? I wish. God, do I wish, because I've learned wholeheartedly that I can read cursive in this, but I am not good at reading cursive. It takes me an embarrassing amount of time to really focus on the words. That's because cursive is hard to read. Yeah, I'm glad everyone understands. Public school done taught me, I just can't remember. Most people don't get a lot of practice reading cursives in their day-to-day, yeah. I think cursive was intentionally designed to be difficult to read. Yeah. I can't remember who said it, but the joke about, like, why does your signature have such power? Where it's like, I don't own this house unless when I sign my name, unless I sign it like woo. Who was that?
I still don't get how he evaded us.
The monks must have warned him. Maybe they're even hiding him somewhere.
That's possible. At least we got the one upstairs.
I had to flee. Meet me at my friend's house.
Downstairs in jail.
I'm sure you remember me telling you about him. I'm sure you'll also know how to look
It's taking him too long.
at the letter. Then you'll get a precise directions on how to get there. Ah, okay. That's where that achievement was. I've never actually read that letter. If I had, I would have gotten that achievement way earlier. I'm surprised someone's like, stop him, he's doing stuff. I never learned cursive. They forgot me. What do you mean? Oh, okay. I'm done with that. Must have been sick or something. That's what happened with me in Introduction to Spanish. I got a weird illness that took me out of school for like 36 days. And I missed the fundamentals of my Spanish class, and my teacher refused to like give me after school training or anything. And in her mind, if I was failing, I didn't deserve to pass. So because I missed the basics, for the rest of that class, couldn't do anything. And I told her, I was like, so, mathematically, is there any way I could pass this class? And she was like, no. And I was like, okay, well, this is now my period to do what the fuck ever, I guess. We did not like each other. But I'm sure that goes without saying. That's what I have done too, yeah. After me in class, I fell and slashed my arm open senior year. why'd you do that? Teacher was like, my grade is 90% participation, so I don't care if you did the work. Fail. Yeah. Well, her whole thing with me was just like, yeah, you can't pass because you don't understand the basics of the language. And it's like, okay, so we both agree. And it's like, but I don't have time to teach it to you because I have an AP group that I teach after class, so I'm not splitting my lessons. It's like, okay. So looks like you're just in a class you can't pass. It's like, great. No. See, I picked up on the basics as I went, but not enough to pass any tests. People manage to pass French without understanding French. I don't know why that should preclude you from passing. I mean, Migo knows French pretty well. I don't. I took French in middle school. I know. I'm at that level of knowledge of that language where I can tell when it's French. But that's not hard to do. But, you know, like, sometimes that is a thing, you know, where you can just be like, oh, I can tell what the language is, but I can't tell what they're saying. Dearest friend, I am glad you're able to find both this residence and what we came to the scriptorium for. As you surely noticed, this place is deserted. My friend, you know who I'm talking about, and I decided to go to the place where we will all meet. I'm sorry about this test, but I need to be sure that whoever is reading these words is indeed you. Look around, be perceptive, and know that the wind will whisper about the path to take. A friend. As always, I wish you good luck and have an open mind. There we go. God, I do love that sound. It's like the clicking and the... I've said this in every stream, but like the clicking and the gears and stuff, it's just like... It's like an ASMR tingle up my spine. I love that stuff. ASMR. I think I just said AMR. So this is your first playthrough. Either you're very good at puzzles or you've done these puzzles before. Yeah, this is my first playthrough. No, dragons have always fascinated me. Creatures of myth, legend, and fairy tales that instill fear into the hearts of grown men. My drawings in my drawings, I've always depicted them based on anatomical models of existing animals. The human imagination is so powerful, but it's nothing compared to the reality of nature. I can't portray pride, guile, or cruelty better than through the eyes of a feline. I can't imagine stronger armor than the scales of a great lizard. But there is one characteristic of dragons which I cannot find inspiration in nature, and that is their ability to breathe fire. And that is what I was thinking about when I designed the new lighting for the access to the road of into Lucas Mansion. Along with the metal body of the dragon's head, I set about repairing the bell tower. The clapper of the bell was nowhere to be found, so I asked Luca to have a new one made. I designed the top of it with a 6-sided cross section so that it could be mounted on a fixed axis like the one I use for a wine cart. For example, if we decided to mechanize the bell in the future, I'd hate to change it again. Cool story. So Talion, I've played this before, but it's been long enough that I don't remember every solution directly. Mostly because I'm sure it would be very annoying. Like in the past, I have streamed first time puzzles, and there's a lot of me doing like this and not playing because I'm just thinking. So this is more of I have to remember the solution, or figure it out a second time, but at least I already know where things are. That's the big thing. But for the puzzle I just did, even knowing the solution, like, you still have to know how to do it. And I went to... I enjoy mechanical stuff, so it helps. Like, I went to school for mechanical engineering, and this kind of game, there's some mechanical theories like gears and just kind of seeing things turn and stuff like that. It's... I don't know. Same in what? You went to school for mechanical engineering, or you just like mechanical stuff? Blight, be careful. The bullshit detector just shook rather violently. How so? I mean both. Oh, okay. I didn't know you went to school for mechanical engineering. My big complaint about all that is I got an associate's degree, and I learned way too late that no one cares about an associate's degree. No one in the job sector, anyway. Might as well turn this back to the blank page. I'll need it later. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to share the game, so that's why I'm not like doing a first time playthrough. Dudes, I just noticed your sweet stream tag. LOL, we love it. Oh, G just noticed my sweet stream tag. What's my sweet stream tag? I forgot. Hold on. What is it? Oh, hey boy. I forgot I put that on there. Estoy on Hey Boy. I forgot I put that there. The animation of cogs and stuff is really nice, yeah. When I was trying for aerospace engineering, the mechanical bits were harder to me than the physical equation bits. Yeah, that's the opposite for me. I am not good at math. And that's probably why I only had an associate's degree. I got that far and I was like, done. That's an accomplishment, right? Apparently, no, it's not. No one cared. Let's see. Yep. Employers used to tell me. Yeah, see, that was the thing. And because my specialty was drafting and design and prototyping, and I had a bunch of blueprints in my portfolio that I made, and I would submit that, and then they found out what my degree level was, and they would just slide it back. And I was like, okay, well, that's discouraging. Why would I ever try if this is what the industry is going to be like? And I'm not making the big engineering bucks, but I work with engineers, and I gotta say, personality-wise, bullet dodged, because I think I would absolutely hate it. Let's see. Is there anything else here? The only problem I have with this game, as far as like puzzle solving side of it, is like it's hard to tell the size of things. So it's like, does it make sense to look for this like over here? You know? I'm pretty sure this isn't used anywhere out here. It's gotta still be in the workshop. These sure look like stairs, though. Or something. But what would they be? They gotta be part of this model. I guess it doesn't have to be part of the model. Kinda regret. I'm not gonna lie. I kinda regret turning off. Kinda regret turning off the hints. Can't do anything with that yet. Honey Money suggested another game that I was gonna play on stream, and I did a test play of it, and it was another like observation duty kind of game. Never considered going back for a bachelor's degree. No, I'm done with school. That's probably a mistake on my part, having that attitude about it. But yeah, I'm done with that noise. I'm not the worst day I can have is easily made a little bit better, because I'm like, never have to do homework or any schoolwork ever again. And besides, I've settled into a career and it has nothing to do with my degree. So, like, it is what it is. Oh my god, what is this for? Maybe it does go out here. Yep, it sure does. I didn't exactly have a great time in college. Well, neither did I. I went to a community college, so I didn't even get the fun side of the college experience. It was just, school, like, public school. Well, here's all the parts of public school minus the fun stuff, and you're paying for it. Too expensive. After 7 years in dental lab, if I had a job I didn't utilize the intricate stuff and about design and making dental appliances, I feel like I wasted 7 years. I didn't get the fun side either, but that was my fault. Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, I didn't even get the opportunity. I'll tell you what I did get. I didn't utilize it enough. I definitely didn't utilize it enough, but I got connections, because the good part about going to community college is you meet a lot of people who are like, my job wants me to come here because I hurt my hand and they don't want to fire me, so they want to move me into another department. That kind of thing. Oh, I walked right past this. Hello, Luca. Last time you asked me why I didn't create something more interesting than my ever-present mazes, so I thought I'd make you happy. What you see before you is a weapon I fashioned after Master Gianti's crossbow, with my repeatable mechanism added. It's rapid fire, yet penetrating and accurate. I set up some targets in the yard. You'll find bolts in the study downstairs. Yeah, let me have it. Oh, okay. Okay. So that's part of the crossbow. I know where the other part of the crossbow is. I should have a way to get it. It's got to do with that compass on the desk, and I cannot remember where that is or what that is. Like, I need to turn this to where northeast is facing this way. But where? Today I felt a tinge of regret I did not bring some of my wine seedlings with me. Luca told me he would like to expand his vineyard, and I decided to help him. He gave me the former granary to use as a workshop, and I started making a model. The biggest problem with the vineyard was the water in the grapevines. It suffered from the lack of moisture. Luca very often on the road, fulfilling his duties as a friar, getting some new materials for his books. But even when he stops at home, the well is a long way off, and watering maybe a few rows of vines is a lengthy and difficult process. I have to figure out a transportation system for water, grapes, and the final product, wine. The obvious solution is livestock, but there is no room for that. The ground is too soft for a normal cart. But if I could create suitable tracks made of solid material for it, perhaps. In time, we could even repair and use the old windmill in the middle of our old pump. There's something I'm missing. Something Something that I feel is semi-obvious, but I'm just not seeing it. Oh, there we go. Naturally, I was supposed to look at that. Nope, that's just north. There we go. Nothing can be normal. Not for old Da Vinci. Gotta have a desk-mounted fucking arrow loader. Alright, now we're in business. Public school had fun part. Okay, I'm out. Thanks for stream blast. Sorry, honey. Sorry, Harmony. I missed that. Bye. In the future. If you stop by to see me say bye. Okay. Alright. Cock this back. Load it up. Alright, let's get to shooting stuff. Everything that's red need be dead. Everything that's clay has had its day. I feel like a crank would hit you in the no-no spot sitting at your desk. I mean, I'm sure it would. But that's assuming they didn't want that to happen. Notorious perverts back then. I don't think I've seen this shape. Alright. Nope. I guess I missed a pot somewhere. Oh, I bet I know where it is. I know where it is. Yep. Might as well be a pervert just to pass the time. I mean, back then, who's going to catch you? Not saying it was okay, but who gonna catch you? That's why we have that thing about, oh, God'll see. Because back then, Fiddler on the Roof. Why Fiddler on the Roof, Migo? I'm happy you said that, but why? More like Diddler on the Roof. It's okay, depending on what kind of pervert you are. I mean, I suppose that's true. I think that there's a pervert here. I'm the pervert. Hooray. Anybody who doesn't know the Sonic Adventure live at fan dub, you need to learn, because that's hilarious. Not all perverts are created equal. No, they're not. Some make music so they get away with it. Controversial. God, Migo. I'm just thinking about the whole Amy rant. I used to wet my bed all the time, but it didn't mean it was my bed, 'cause I was a renter. I was a strong, independent woman who started renting their own apartment when they were 6 years old because my mom kicked me out for being far too obnoxious. It's so funny. God, I gotta put a link to that. I mean, the whole thing is funny, but it's long-ish. Everything the piss touches is your kingdom. Go forth and inherit the earth, my son. You need to see it, Nick. It's a Snapcube's fan dub of Sonic Adventure. It's Sonic Adventure 2. It's funny, but really stupid. But that's what makes it funny. So just expect that. If ever, like, I saw references to it before I ever actually saw it. Like, I saw someone made like a jean back pocket. You know how you can get like the custom back pockets that I guess you can install? I don't know. But I saw one years ago. That was the Eggman, the I miss my wife Tails. Did not know what that was. Apparently it's from that. It's a long shot if you've heard of that, but I mean it's pretty funny. I'll post a link to it in the Discord after this. What are we looking at here? Okay. Out into the courtyard. I need this. The phallic clapper. Nope. Giacomo, you back up way too much. It's like, I've never heard of anyone doing it either, but like, I've seen like back pockets that weren't attached to anything that had like designs on them, and it's like a thing you can do to like customize pants. I've never seen anyone do it, but I've seen those, and I remember like we have a Wrangler, like Wranglers here, and we have a Wrangler plant, and I remember as a kid taking a like a field trip tour of Wrangler, and they had like an automatic computer-driven like sewing machine that, you know, they would take our signatures and they would make one of those. I guess the idea is that they would just be custom pockets, and that's the material they would use before attaching it to the pants. But they would also just sell the pocket, and I don't know why. I just assumed that you were supposed to add them, or it's just a novelty thing. It's going to have to do that. There we go. Luca's garden, with all your gadgets, Leo, have severe. They have a lot of backtracking that bothers me. Like, you could just have everything be active and, like, openly free to use. But instead, you know, and just have one lock for the whole place. I don't have that command, Ryan, so I guess you're just lurking. I don't know how to turn those on. Like, I guess it's, I don't know. It's something you have to add, but I've never known. This is why I went ahead and played this one, because let me tell you, on my first playthrough, as much backtracking as you have to do to find certain things, it would be very obnoxious to have watched me figure that out. Oh, no. Oh. No, that's right. Okay. Never mind. I thought they did the cardinal sin of when they have the screw going one way and you turn it and it's wrong. I hate it when things do that. Well, I don't have anything new. I did something with this, so maybe this is a piece I can take. No. Yep, okay. And that goes here. Hand plane of this and of this. Seems like a unnecessary step there, but all right, I gotta hold it down. I mean, it's bullshit, but it's cool. It's cool shit. And that goes in the hole that I just found. right here to allow this to be released. Just use stream elements. What is that? Is that like a thing in like Streamlabs or something? It's a site. Oh well, I haven't known. I didn't know it was a thing. This puzzle's so hard. I opened this door and immediately heard fucking BDG just, there's nothing here. Whenever I think about him, literally the first thing I think of after whatever quote I was just like considering is the I just want to meet Wog and Jarth. I'm a real Jarth head. Fucking love it. It's you add a bot and then set up the commands there. Okay, well, maybe I'll give it a shot. Is Stream Elements the name of the site? By the way, if anybody has any suggestions for more escape room style puzzle games like this, please let me know. I have played this and I really like it, of course, but I have also played and replayed the Room series multiple times just because I like this kind of puzzle game, and I have not been able to find another one. I'm kind of hoping Transistor? No, not Transistor. Transference that I'm going to play eventually is like this too. And I have Escape Room Simulator, but that's like community based, and I feel like those are going to range from ridiculously easy to impossibly hard. Talos Principle is like this. Is it? It doesn't seem like it would be, but I'll try it. I know it's just a puzzly thing. Yeah. See, the problem is I want a puzzle game like this. Talos Principle looks like it might branch over into like the Witness territory, which I really didn't like. But that's honestly, like, the puzzles were fine, but the game itself was just so up its own ass. Dear Giacomo, once again I am sorry for the test you just passed. It was necessary, as we can't afford to be surprised the way we were surprised at Sacre de San Michael. If you think about it, you might not be surprised to hear that Luca Pacioli and I are in Rome. Rome is a huge city, and some of its less beautiful neighbors are ideal for people who need to stay out of sight, especially when those watching could be anywhere. The property of shanty towns in Rome is important to us for several reasons, but I'll tell you more in person. You will find us in an inn called the Bald Lady. Be careful. I look forward to seeing you again. P.S. Don't forget to bring the Chronicle. You know best where you put it. Play for 2 hours, then refund it if it's not your jam. I feel like 2 hours into it if you like it. Yeah, that's a good point. I know what I like in a puzzle game. Talos Principle should be able to tell me within 2 hours. It's on sale right now. For how much? Well. You can get both games for €1. I'll have to wait until Friday, and hopefully the sale will still be going on then. But I'll get it to try it, because after I finish this one, my puzzle game itch is gonna be burning hard. Kinda. I have one lined up. I forgot entirely that I have a Sam & Max virtual game, VR Sam & Max game I'm gonna play, and that's kind of a puzzle game in the point and click genre of puzzles, but not really puzzly, you know. Because it's not so much a logic puzzle as in, like, what insanity do they expect me to think about?
You, Giacomo. They waiting for you upstairs.
They did their best with people.
Don't worry. Don't keep them waiting.
I already know which door it is.
Tell me, what do you think about all this? Giacomo! God be praised! I knew you could do it, but I was still worried. Did you bring the Chronicle?
Did you bring the Chronic?
We were successful after all.
That would be so, that would be so funny if this whole time you were just Da Vinci's weed man, and you've been having to do all this, like, I gotta make sure the cops don't know where I am. Solve these puzzles and I'll pay you at the end.
This Ordo Justitalis. I will need a moment to find what we are looking for, but this is immensely interesting. I should probably introduce you. Next to me stands my great friend and advisor. I owe much to him and consider him the most erudite friar in the whole clergy. Honorable Luca Bartolomeo Pacial.
Don't exaggerate, Leonardo. You underrate my brothers.
That is not my intention, but it is still my opinion. And before us is my disciple and assistant.
You know, I've never heard that, and I kind of like it. That is not my intention, but still my opinion.
Messer Giacomo Andrea de Ferrara.
Probably some type of drug. Most likely.
Leonardo for his bluntness. He couldn't wait to read the Chronicle. I'm sure you've noticed that when he gets like this, there is no talking to him. Sit down. Have a bite. You must be tired after your journey. We have a veritable feast here. Vegetables, pastries, fruit. More vegetables. Well, your master isn't the funnest person in the world, but you surely noticed that as well.
Luca makes fun of me often, but this time I'm really not able to find out where the point is hiding. He would do better to focus on real problems.
See? Just like I said. But seriously, real problems. I'm sure Leonardo told you how, once upon a time, he met Caesar Borgia with members of a secret society. They brought fragmented plans for some strange machine and asked him to construct it for them. At first...
Now I wonder which is the correct pronunciation, because they say Caesar Borgia, and throughout all of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, they say Cesare Borgia. One of them was right. For some reason, I think it's this one.
However, incomplete, because in the past they had a similar time machine. So why did they need my help?
Either way, in the end, Ordo Justitalis took the machine from the Tower of Badia Fiorentina. Shortly after Leonardo used it, and just moments after you did as well, Giacomo, when you tried to save your very life from the half-crazed Borgia who took your glove before you came to? I wonder what the story was with the Duke. When they came with the plans, he seemed to have a position of power within...
I've been thinking about that for the name Baal.
Didn't cooperate at all. And that's something
I've heard Baal and Baal. I've always heard Baal, but anytime I've heard Baal, there was an apostrophe between the two A's.
Even if they are able to reconstruct it.
But I didn't really play
But the year 1464.
Diablo, but I've heard stuff, and I've heard Baal in that.
During that event, their time machine, which they'd called the Gate of the Temple of Wisdom, must have been damaged. That is why they needed my help.
So, to summarize, the Order took Leonardo's time machine.
Baal
And we don't
is a
know
thing in
where.
BG3. Well, it's also an old deity or demon or something. It's from something.
Leonardo came with.
I feel like maybe it's
Seriously, gentlemen. And
Jewish myth,
this is your friend. You should start looking
but
up.
I'm not sure about that.
That would be an excellent analysis, Luco, if not for the sarcasm and one small mistake that I will correct in a moment. But before that, could you give me the glove?
Here it is. Pretty, but broken.
Fortunately, that does not matter at all. There is one thing I haven't told you yet, my friends. When Borgia came to me all those years ago, he had not only those incomplete plans to build a time machine, but also 3 ampules with a strange liquid. I don't know where they came from, but they react to open the gate of time. Thanks to them, I can determine where the gate should take us. Ampule is set in each glove, and one in the Oculus Perpetua. Each of them, when set correctly, will allow us to jump through the gate a maximum 15 years in time. This means that if we wanted to get travel back to the original time machine in the year 1465, 45 years in the past, we would need all...
He definitely said 45 when the subtitle said 44.
The original time machine. Completely wipe it from history. No matter the risk. No matter how hard it might be.
As long as the Order has the plans and the will to use it, mankind will never be safe from the invention. I regretted having started working on the time machine, But what do you think would have happened if I had sent them away?
I suppose they would try to find someone else? But I'm sure that nobody else would be able to finish it with such incomplete plans.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. But if not now, then what about in a year, 10 years, 1,000 years? Sooner or later, someone would do it. All it would take would be one moment of weakness and a great deal of naivety, or bad intentions, and the world as we know it could cease to exist. No, my friend, trust me that there is no other way. The machine should never have been in human hands.
You are right, Leonardo. I know you have thought about it for a long time, and I trust that your decision is not made lightly. I think I can speak for the both of us when I say that we stand behind you. Well, I think it is high time that we told Giacomo the whole truth about why we met here.
All right. It is true that we don't know where the time machine is, but we know how to get the third ampule because Borgia will surely keep the glove close. And we do know where he is hiding.
How's he going to keep the glove close when you have it?
Right there, just across the street, in the tall building.
You couldn't have found a better hiding spot. No normal.
Oh, that's right. This one has the chemistry puzzle, which after I do this, that's going to be the end of the stream. I know that, because that takes time.
And they learned that Borgia's
The question isn't where it is, but when it is.
Uninvited guests.
I'm kind of surprised that,
Right next to it is
to my knowledge, they never say that. And that would be impressive if there's a single time story where they don't say that.
Borgia left. We have a unique opportunity to get in and take the glove. Giacomo, out of all of us, you are best.
No glove, no love, Giacomo.
We leave it in your hands. Be careful.
Yeah, if you skip that cutscene, that chapter is wildly short. This whole place caught fire, and why? Because of these naughty kitties who knocked over a candle they did. I can save them. Now the fire never happened. I guess that's another puzzle that you solve by shoving things. Okay. Dear son, I am satisfied with your leadership of the peoples of the Papal Army, and I am pleased to see the diplomatic skill with which you have managed to integrate the army of the French king into your own. That will be very important in the coming days. The time for a sovereign territory ruled by our house, the House of Borgia, is at hand. I heard you have you had some trouble using gunpowder with your mercenaries. Learn from the French. What good are allies if we do not use them appropriately? Finally, the most important thing, how are the plans going that you gave to Master Leonardo? I understand it's a big job, but it's imperative that you have control over the progress of his work. I don't care how you handle it. Your father, Rodrigo de Borgia Alexander the Fourth or Sixth, Pont Max, 1496 Vatican. We can say everything you can, I guess. This is an insane tool that, to me, pushes the realm of believability a little too far. Like, it takes a lot for me to buy that this thing existed back then. Which I know is not the point. Like, it's all just for fun. But there's still some degree where I'm supposed to be like, oh, you know, that could have existed. H.G. Wells. I mean, well, where do you see it? Oh, God, how do I start this one? I can't remember. Like, I can move that, but there's a tool I need for that. But it's down there. It's downstairs. I need a key to get downstairs. A key that I do not yet have. All right, I have to move this. It just looks like coming from an H.G. Wells book. No, I know what you meant, but I'm just saying, like, just hold on till you see what it does. No, I don't want to allow Xbox to make changes to my hard drive. No, that was this one. I forgot the colors are inverted. Like, maybe I would buy that someone made this because they were like, this is neat. But, like, the engineering that goes into it to do what it does is just so, like, no one would do this. I mean, it's neat. I'll give them that. but like that was lining up essentially like det cord. Or I guess a fuse. This probably isn't det cord. But it sure does blow up like det cord. Also, well, I guess it does have a little, like, bite at the bottom. I was going to say, why can't I just remove this? But I still should just be able to open it. I don't know why I can't. Instead, I got to use this tool to unscrew it. It's dumb. Three, 1, 2, 2 corners, up. All right. Night, honey money. I'll probably talk to you tomorrow as well. No, why did I do that? I got distracted. At least I remembered the pattern. Ah. Okay. Now I just programmed how it's going to shoot this big gun. What practical application does this whole machine have? I don't know. Other than, you know, setting this machine up to shoot a wall. Load it. Alright, now we have the 8 shots. And fire. But what was it all for? For this thing. Which once you get these tracks all set up, we do this. All to get to the secret lab. Yeah, I know. It's a lot of stuff. This is maybe the most, like, come on. Like, this is the puzzle you guys got for me. No, it's this one. I'm not going to read that note. I don't need to read that note. I ain't going to read that note. Because, okay, this puzzle is kind of cool, and I kind of like it. Based on the fact that it's like, you have to kind of figure out the chemistry. And you shall see. It's like a diving helmet / pumpkin. Well, yeah, that part. I need to extract the gunpowder from this. Falcon of gunpowder. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but it sounds cooler that way, so whatever. Okay. I gotta sift out this charcoal. Yet. Okay. So we got 452, which that symbol, that symbol, that symbol, which means those symbols are associated with sulfur, carbone, and nitrate. And November 5th, my father is dead, and it wasn't a disease. They say it was a clear attempt on our lives, in his case unfortunately successful. Without the Pope's help, my own power is dissipating. The only way forward is through the gate. I tried to keep my priorities straight, but I was a fool. I was lured by the promises of Cardinal He was supposed to leave me in charge of the papal army and the Ordo Institutalis. But right after I helped him when he double-crossed me, looking back, it was so obvious. He's the one who had me and my father poisoned. I swear one day he will fall by my hand. Every time I feel desperate, my mind goes back to that map, and it comforts me to revisit the victories I've won as commander over the combined papal and French armies. Perhaps when I finally gain control over that gate, I can finish my work, but there will be even more cities on my map, and my name of the Borgias, and the name of the Borgias would be forever recorded in history. Okie dokie. Alright. 5, 3, 4. Five. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I love that this is in here. One of those fucking phone games is in here. You got to go there. The little like ads for those always made them look kind of fun, but I played one time, and it is so obviously like, oh yeah, the entire time you're playing this, we're gathering information and like putting like malware on your phone probably. And it's just like, why did I even install that? I knew it was going to be that way. Oh, I can't read that. That was too light and too small for cursive. Gotta crush this sulfur. Alright, now we gotta install this, install this. So now we have the weight that works. Go back. Gotta crush this. that going. Okay. So 1 equals 15 pounds. 15 whatevers. And we are dealing with... The only thing that we're dealing with is that crosses the field is sulfur. And let's see. How much sulfur do we have? Have 75. So that could be that already, but I don't think it is. And just to confirm, can put this on the end. Nope, it's not sulfur we need 75 grams of. Let me go ahead and put this thing in here. I can't. It's not sulfur we need 75 grams of. The carbone's heavy enough for 75 grams. The carbon, though, is not, so it has to be that. And so we are currently at 90. So I just have to remove 1 to make it 75. What noise? Okay. That should be the right amount. Saltpeter. That's what I mean. Alright, is this the right amount of... Is this saltpeter? Yes. Okay, we got the saltpeter. So. 45 and 15. Let's see. $45. Unlikely. That is the correct number already. So I'm gonna bet it's the sulfur that needs to be 45. But we'll see. Nope. Yep, it's the sulfur. Where are we now? I think 75 is what we figured out. $75. That would mean we need to take 30 out to get to 45. So that's 2 pumps. This powder is... Oh, yeah. Okay. And by process of elimination, we only need 1 of the carbon. There we go. I like that puzzle a lot. It's pretty fun. I like chemistry stuff. this chemical compound just to get this key. Put it in a blast chamber. But yeah, I like that puzzle. Didn't take as long as I thought it would, but mostly because I remembered how to do it. I didn't remember the ingredients or anything. I don't understand why he has the glove, yet Borgia also has it. It's so confusing.
Trap has sprung, Giacomo. Does the situation remind you of something? I guess it's fate that the betters should have power over the rest. And what about those two nannies?
Nah, what were you gonna say?
Happily drinking in safety while they sent you into the lion's den. In your place, I would be upset. But I am not interested in your feelings. Just listen to me and then do as you are told. It's
Yeah,
in
what
your
else is
own
new?
interest.
You don't gotta be a cool guy about it. You can just talk.
Already met the Viper's Tangle, calling themselves a lofty Ordo Justitialis. That's good. What you don't know is that they are currently led by the Pope. He is the puppet master. He would be the one profiting if they got their hands on a working time machine.
The fuck is this music?
I have very personal reasons to hate Pope Julius II. I had
It's like ye old Matrix is about to start.
Powerful man in all Italy. But fortune is a fickle mistress. O fortuna variabilis. Julius II had his predecessor, and my father, Alexander VI, killed. He usurped the chair of St. Peter and misused the power of his station to take everything from me. My position in the order, my prestige and reputation, and even my domain. And thus, I bet everything on one last gambit. To obtain the time machine and reverse my destiny. I'll give you the glove you seek. But I want something in return. I know you were too much of a coward to kill the Pope. Besides, I wouldn't let anyone take the pleasure from me. But I have another use for you, Giacomo. When my father was still alive, he appointed me to the Ordo Justitialis to find out more about the broken time machine and search for someone who could make it work again. It was then that we came to that Leonardo da Vinci of yours. And during this time, I learned something very interesting. Generation after generation of Grandmasters inherited this amulet. When the Order fell to the Pope's might, the Pope took it, and in time, he granted it to his successors, along with the power over the Ordo Justitialis. It's only a piece of metal, but it is a very powerful symbol. A symbol of supremacy over the Order, and I want it. And that means you, Giacomo, will get it for me. I don't care how you do it. But as I am an eternally gracious man, I'll give you a hint. In the Pope's study is a secret passage which will lead you directly to the amulet. Make one of your nannies help you. The monk was always in the Pope's good graces. He might finally be useful and maybe could even atone for getting you into this mess, don't you think? But that's your problem. As well as getting out of this cage. And don't forget, the amulet for the glove, piece for a piece. When you get it, I'll let you know where we will meet again. This is a token of my goodwill. We will see each other soon. It was a pleasure doing business with you, Giacomo.
Where's your sword, man? You had a sheath, but no sword. Or did he have it out? I don't know. Where's the white one? There we go. That wasn't hard at all. I do a little bit more and then end. Just because I think the Pope's study, once I finish that, is probably about the midway point of the game. And then on Wednesday I can just finish it. I don't feel like waiting till another Monday. Besides, I don't have anything lined up for Wednesday, so...
Now we must wait before they present us. I would be calmer if Leonardo was with us here, but we couldn't possibly include him as the Order knows him well. And according to Borgia, they are beholden to the Pope. At least we will attract less attention. We must still be careful, though. Julius II is cunning as a fox.
Yeah, it is kind of weird seeing the Pope in games, isn't it?
When he was but a cardinal, he was always straight hard and never afraid to use his brilliant mind to fulfill his goals. Did you know that when he became Pope, he confessed that his new name is not in honor of St. Julius, as most cardinals expected, but after Julius Caesar? He is a good man, and was the situation different, he would make a great ally. It seems we have a few moments, so let's go over our plan.
Just like a friar to have like a fanboy crush over the Pope.
He will surely want to speak.
Yeah, I can't remember which Assassin's Creed you fight him in, but yeah, I do remember fighting him, and it's like, this feels weird. Like, I'm not a religious person, but this still feels weird.
To the amulet. I will try to distract him for as long as possible, but you must return to the audience room before we are back. I can't wait for this to be over. I'm as nervous as a cat. Just a quick prayer to St. Francis. Or rather, maybe to all the saints. I hope God will forgive me this ruse against my old friend.
Ruse against an old friend, you say?
Bartolomeo de Pacioli with an escort. The Holy Father expects you.
Garb of a Franciscan, face of a rascal. This could only be Luca Pacioli. It's a pleasure to meet you again, old friend.
Holy Father, you honor me greatly by making time for me.
So can we trust the Pope with red eyes exactly?
Giacomo of Ferrara.
This is your pupil? Boy, you should regard your teacher highly.
Dude, 100% trust Friar Pope with heart. Yes.
But as Dr. Angelicus said, of all the soul's passions, sorrow is the most harmful to the body. You are surely aware that many duties stem from my station, and I'll have to apply to them by the time the bells toll Evening Angelus. But until that time, You have my full attention. I heard you have important news for me. What is it?
Your Excellency, I heard about the righteous struggle you lead against the Borgia family. Maybe I could do my part to help, turning the proverbial wheel of justice?
Not here, my friend. Let us go for a walk through the gardens. There you can tell me everything.
Giacomo, you wait here. This is only for the Pope to know.
In the meantime, boy, you can pass the time reading. I'm sure you will find a book that will interest you.
It's all different versions of the Bible. Also, he gestured over here. I guess this small stack of books. I expected there to be a library. Hey, Blight Daddy, I'm here. Red Eyes White Pope. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. You know... there's a joke there somewhere. Why did you give me a lockpick? You shouldn't have done that. You know, I never really paid attention to the cutscenes, but now it makes sense why he has a statue of Caesar. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Of course not. It's like, you gave me a lockpick and you expected me not to use it? This is your fault. That's C3. Okay, I can't do that just yet. I mean, I could, but it's easier once I have the thing written down. Was the Legion his favorite faction in Fallout? That's why he has a Caesar statue. I don't know what you mean. Saw me banging on the sofa. I don't know what you mean. Everybody's speaking in code. Okay, now it's written down. Oh, Shaggy. I gotcha. I gotcha now. The Shaggy. Doesn't Legion of the faction of Fallout just a bit? Dude, I don't know Fallout. I'll be honest with you. DE. Okay, 3. That'd be D 4, 5, 6. And then staircase is right next to that. Yeah? No? Let's see, D3, 4, 5, 6. So, oh, that's right. Caesar was on the wrong one. Good thing nobody heard that. Right? No. There we go. I might as well finish this one too. Pope's Chamber didn't take as long as I thought it would. This one's got a bullshit puzzle. Like I can do it, but it took forever to understand what it was trying to do. Nope. You wish you knew anything about Fallout. Yeah, like, you mean like the lore of it and everything? Because, I mean, there's time. You can still learn if you want. I'm just super done with all that. My hatred of Bethesda is visceral, and it makes me not even want to go back to anything. Done with no. I mean, Fallout, yeah. I don't know if we're talking about original Bethesda, which I'm not sure who did that. I imagine it may have been them, but I don't actually know. I don't know. It could have been one of those things that they just sort of like took over, like they did with when they acquired id and started making well, published the new Doom.
That day, God sent Paul II a vision, and he saw where his enemy was hiding. The Pope has called all the devoted to God and the Church, for the time of reckoning has come.
It is in Dallas, one of our proud things. Ah, okay. I just love that Doom Eternal was like overwhelmingly positive and everyone loved it, and then Bethesda made their choice to like, well, let's do this one thing to it, and it just tanked after that. What? Oh, I see. No, that's not what I meant. 1 and 1. So 2. 3 and 3. There we go. Those puzzles took forever to figure out, and there's one that's even worse. That's, even though I know the solution, it'll probably still take me a while. But I've been wrong about that before. And hopefully I'm wrong this time. Where did this go? Oh, wait, that's right. We got this one. We have accepted your subway token. Why would that control that? Whatever. I mean, it's a neat idea. Like, animation of two stained glass windows being portrayed on smoke. Neat idea. Wouldn't work, but it's a neat idea. I mean, it would work, just not the way they're doing it.
Before the noise of battle died down, the cowardly members of the Order destroyed the gate to the Temple of Wisdom.
Okay. So, this puzzle. First, I gotta put everything in the right order. Okay, so this is the right pattern. So what this means is there needs to be this many squares around this one and this many circles around this one. This counts as one, this counts as one. So we need 4 squares around this, which we have. This one needs only 2. It has 2. However, this one needs 5 circles. So that one probably needs to go here. Okay. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 squares. That's 3 circles, so this and this need to change places. 2 circles, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, so these are all in the right places, except for, let's see, 1, 2 square. 1, 2, 3, 4 square. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, those are in the right order. So we need 5. That would be 5. So that one needs to go there. Okay. So 1 and 2, so that works. Square, square, no. So we need to trade these 2. Okay, there we go. It's not that hard once you understand what that means. but it's really hard to figure out that that's what that means. And that's why that one annoyed me so much when I first did it. Just didn't understand what it wanted from me. Nope. Just flying through this one. Literally, the hardest puzzle is out of the way. So yeah, we're just gonna breeze through this. Yeah, Doom and Quake came out in Dallas. Gearbox is there. Skylanders, Elder Scrolls, and Epic Monkey. I don't know Epic Monkey. Words with Friends back in the day. John Romero, John Carmack, whole history, right? Yeah. Like, this has just a little bit added to it to show that there is some sort of mechanical link between this and this. Other ones, though, don't have that. It's weird when it's included sometimes.
The order fell before the Pope's power, but he was merciful, as the Lord teaches us. And so, Ordo Justitalis became an instrument in the hands of the faithful, as it should have been from the beginning.
What are we doing here? We got pyramid, folks, sword, broken stuff, heart, and that.
Vision, congregation, siege, destruction, mercy, fulfillment.
These are the ingredients chosen to create the most pious little girl. Puzzle games are hard to play test sometimes. I bet there's puzzles that end up needing extra sign posting due to their placement overall in sequence, not just individual difficulty. Yeah, probably. But that can also be solved by giving it a hint mechanic. Alright. So I'm going to stop here. I've already been further than I expected to be. I think I'm about halfway. So when we come back, we're going to finish this, be done with the series, move on to something else. Probably, maybe Talos Principle. But I got some other stuff to play before I go into another string of puzzle games. So, thanks for hanging out. And I will see y'all next time. See y'all later next time. And bye-bye. Yeah, no problem.